Hey everybody, I just want to take a minute to kind of go over a little bit of the resources that we had talked about in the meeting, the final planning meeting, and just kind of talking about team building and what it's going to take in order to make this happen and become a reality. And so I shared with the people that were in attendance a business document that I created for my company, but it holds true. And I used a lot of things from CBMC's Operation Timothy, Patrick Lencioni's 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, a lot of different resources, but I thought I'd just kind of share with you here what it is. Basically, we are building a team that are committed towards one another, and those relationships are built on trust. And trust has 4 components. The first component is character, and character is paramount. If you don't have character, you can't do much else. The second component is competence. Competence can be coached, character cannot. So if you're dealing with people that may have an extreme integrity, but they're incompetent in certain areas, they can be coached and you can still continue to commit to the relationship. The third component of trust is chemistry, and then the fourth component is communication. Communication is actually a part of competence, but it's so important that I break it out into a separate sector. And so when you build a relationship with people who get to know, like, and trust one another's competence, character, chemistry, and communication, they move to a level of commitment. Commitment being that the goals defined are the cause, or the organization are the cause worth fighting for. And these are the people that I want along with me, and I'm willing to concede to the group consensus or the leader's decision, even if they don't agree 100% with the way that I've given feedback to the situation. And then when you have commitment, you can then have true accountability. Commitment also knowing that conflict is inevitable and that you can communicate in an honorable way to hold each other accountable so that when the conflict comes up, we can address the issues. All conflict is one of the 4 issues in the breakdown in trust, as mentioned above. It's either a character issue, a chemistry issue, a communication issue, and a competence issue. 80% of the time, it's a breakdown in communication whenever a conflict comes into place. So making sure that you understand the biblical ways towards conflict resolution is the best way to avoid conflict being something that tears down the trust. Conflict is an opportunity, when addressed correctly, to continue to build trust and make the relationship stronger than ever before. So looking at the relationships, the 4 C's, God has called us all to be good stewards of our time, talent, and treasure. And so looking at this is inside this circle represents you and the stuff that you know that you know. And on the edge of the circle represents the limits of your knowledge. This is the stuff that you know that you don't know. And then outside that circle represents everything that you don't know that you don't know. And so in order to make sure that we build relationships where we overlap in knowledge with people in different areas, and those people are specialists in their respective fields, and they have areas of knowledge that we don't even know about. And so in building those relationships and building your network and building your team of people, we all have our different skill sets. And so what that does is it builds a team that where the stuff that's out there that can hurt you has to bounce off of them before it comes in. And all the stuff that can help you, they bring it into your benefit. Let's talk about busyness real quick. Are you in business or busyness? What are you up to? Chuck Swindoll, in his book about killing giants and pulling thorns, said that busyness rapes relationships. It substitutes shallow frenzy for deep friendship. It promises satisfying dreams but delivers hollow nightmares. It feeds the ego but starves the inner man. It fills the calendar but fractures the family. It cultivates a program but plows under priorities. Guys, we need to have margin in our time as Christian insiders. Margin is defined as the leeway we once had between ourselves and our limits, the uncluttered space in our lives available as a reserve. Many of us today are working at capacity, physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. This monopoly of our energies robs us of the time and freedom we need to be effective as Christian insiders, not to mention as family members, employees, or anything else. So ask yourself, if your load is greater than your power, are you overloaded?